everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori and this is Holy City Mystic. So today I want to talk about your sun through the houses. So in your birth chart, where the sun is located, what house it's located in. Now stick around until the end because I am going to talk about the difference between Placidus and whole sign, just in case your sun falls into a different house depending on which house system you use. But I kind of have to explain all 12 houses before I can really talk about that, because then I'll give examples on it. So you can jump to it. I'll definitely put timestamps here. But just to let you know, that's also coming, so stay tuned for that. So why is the sun important as far as which house it goes into? So your sun is your personality, your identity. Depending on what house it's in, it's the filter through which you see yourself. It is what area of your life your identity is most tied to. These are also things for you to share. So if you have your sun in a certain house, that is not only something that is tied to your identity with lessons for you to learn through it and all that good stuff, it's also what you become very masterful in. And so that is something that you can share to others, something that you can use in your life to help others. Because if you've ever worked with me in a reading setting, or you've seen a lot of my videos, your chart is not your own. Your chart is the universe's chart. It is just what you were stamped with. It is what you came into this world having to learn so that you could give out to everyone else. We are all extremely interconnected. So we do not work in isolation from each other. So if you have your sun in a certain house, that is for you to master that area and also for you to give those gifts back out to humanity. So hopefully decently quickly, I will go through all 12 houses. So if you have your sun in the first house, you are very self-focused. This does not mean selfish. It means you are the hero of your own story and you know it. You are looking at the world through brand new, fresh eyes, excited to see what happens to you next. You have very great autonomy over yourself. You're very connected with yourself. You are ready to go at the world from a very first person perspective. And that might not make sense now, but when I go through all the houses, you will understand. These are the memoir people. These are the people that remember a lot about their life. They want to tell their story. They're excited to share experiences, all that stuff. Now, second house people. These are the people whose primary focus or areas of growth, things that are tied to their identity, are self-worth and also personal worth, so personal wealth. These are the people who are very focused on self-development projects and also gaining wealth. So the people looking for assets, both emotional and psychological assets, but also income assets. They're the people who like a lot of things. They like a lot of nice things, and they're very tied to that. Again, just like the first house, this isn't in a bad way. Like, we need people like this because these people make great coaches. They make great motivators. You know, even if they're people who like don't really want to be on center stage or anything like that, they can motivate and help people in their lives accumulate that monetary wealth as well as emotional self-worth. Sun in the third house, these people want to know why. They are people who are the information seekers. They're the case builders. They want to know all the information surrounding something. They're also very good at communicating. So these people, they're good at matching their communication style to the people listening. They also focus a lot around languages and communication. These are the journalists, the storytellers, the people who enjoy gaining information and then enjoy spreading it back out into the world. Sun in the fourth house. Now these people are very focused on home and family, as well as family lineage. So these are the people who get really into ancestry stuff. These are also people who work really hard at ending dysfunctional family cycles. So, you know, any story that you're living out generation after generation, without really checking why you're still living out this story. These are the people who are able to come through and revolutionize your own story. These people are also excellent homemakers, where no matter what work they do out in the world, their home is very important to them, and what it looks like, what it feels like, all of that stuff. It is very good for them to have a functional, comfortable place to live. Sun in the 5th house. Now these people have the gift of fun. They have the gift of celebration. Now 5th house has a lot of ties to Leo, and Leo is very proud of the self. And they're not just proud of themselves, they're proud of you and yourself. So these are the people who are very tied to fun and celebration and games. With this, I think of like a kindergarten teacher who can make like absolutely anything fun, and they are ready every single day to have fun all day long. Some education is going to go in there, maybe some life lessons are going to go in there, but the primary focus is to make everything really enjoyable and childlike. Sun in the 6th house. These people are very linked to diligence. They're very detail oriented. They're very meticulous about health. So these are the personal trainers. These are the workers who really focus on all the little steps that they have to take to accomplish big goals. Sun in the 7th house. These people focus highly on partnerships. So if your sun is in the 7th house, of course, the downside of that is putting all your self-worth into what your relationship is, which some people might struggle with, no matter where your sun is. Some people might struggle with that. But that is something that is very important to you. And so who you are in a relationship is very important to you. How you make commitments with other people, whether it's professional, personal, or romantic. How do you identify as a partner in this world? All these things are really going to shape how you see yourself. Sun in the 8th house. These people have great potential for personal transformation. They're very interested in psychology, very interested in secrets as well. So these are the type of people that want to talk about all the things that other people don't want to talk about. So taboo subjects, they want to talk about money, debt, death, taxes, sex, all these things that, it's kind of, they're kind of like social taboos. Like we really don't want to talk about them. These are the people who actually get into those professions where they're just like, yes, we need to talk about this. We need to educate people on this. And so these topics are big parts of who this person is. They want to be a part of the transformation, transforming society into a better version of itself. Now, sun in the 9th house. These people are very interested in higher learning, so philosophies, religion, truth with a capital T, so universal truths. These are the really big thought leaders. These are kind of the missionary types, and I don't mean like missionary in the traditional sense, but they have a mission to share what they believe. This could be through writing and publishing. It could be the type of thing where they just share it with their friends and family, but they are very connected to the philosophies that they hold to be true. Sun in the 10th house, people, y'all, your career is extremely important to you. If you do not have a formal career, it's your place of leadership, your place of influence. Doing something that is important to you, something that you feel valuable doing, is going to be essential for your self-worth and your self-concept. So these people cannot separate themselves from the work that they do. So it can't be the type of thing where it's like, they clock in for 8 hours and they're just a barista and then they go on and live their life when they get off of work. But what they really want to be is a novelist or something like that. It is going to be really, really hard for these people to just put in hours at a career that they don't feel connected to. Now, the same person who is obsessed with hospitality and giving people a good experience, they're clocking in as a barista, and that is who they are. They are so excited. So with this one, these people really need to take a hard look at what they're doing as a career and making sure it aligns with their person. Sun in the 11th house. These are the people that really identify in the groups that they're in. So these are the people who, if they identify strongly with a particular political movement, they're going to talk about it. That is going to be part of who they are. They're really going to take that on as a personality trait. If these people are a part of a sorority or a part of the military or something like that, where it's this larger group of people that they are connected to, that is also going to become a very big part of their identity. And they're going to hold a lot of value in that connection. These people are also very connected to the public welfare. So how the population is doing as a whole, that is also going to affect them deeply. Sun in the 12th house. These people who have this, and I'm one, getting to know yourself is going to be a big journey for you. Now, the 12th house, it's kind of like the secret closet of the zodiac. It's like whatever goes into the 12th house, it's hard to connect to. It's not really in the light. It's like in this Piscean kind of ethereal space where you can't really nail it down very well. So that journey of self-discovery is going to be very connected to who you are as a person. So you stuck around. I'm going to talk about what it looks like if your sun switches houses when you go from Placidus to whole sign. So in a quadrant-based house system, it has to do with your inner psychology, your inner world. In a whole sign house system, that has to do with external circumstances, external events. So it's almost, I think it was Jen Zart who said, it's almost like if a journalist was writing about your life. So what that can look like is you having a different concept of what your sun is tied to on the inside versus what other people see it tied to. So for myself, I have my sun just above my ascendant, which puts it into the 12th house Placidus. However, it is in the same sign as my ascendant, so it would be in the first house whole sign. So I feel very deeply connected to that 12th house sun, where it is that journey of personal transformation, personal discovery, figuring out who I really am and what I'm connected to. Psychology has always been very important to me, as well as just inner life, dreams, thoughts, all that stuff. However, when people see me and talk to me and get to know me, they are more likely to connect me to a first house sun, which is very much that concept of I am the hero of my own journey. I am excited to be myself and show up in the world. And so if you want, when you run your chart and actually look at how this applies to you, look at if it changes between whole sign and Placidus, and also which one you resonate with more. Another fun thing to do is to talk to people and give them the two options, where you're just like, in Placidus, I have a 4th house sun. However, in whole sign, I have a 3rd house sun. What do you think suits me more? Like, when you see me, when you think of me, what do you see? So please feel free to give me stories or examples in the comments. I really love it when you guys share your experience, and I hope this makes sense, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care.